Hello friends, we are moving on to step 5 today. So right now in your sketchbooks, I want you to go ahead and open up to page 1. It's the inside front cover. And this wheel is what we've been following through our learning, and it's what we'll keep following as we work on WOW projects. So we have already, wrong way. We have already experimented with media. We have already experimented with skills. We have created a WOW project proposal. We are creating our art right now. But what do we do when we think we want to call our art done? What do? Well, artists have this really special thing that they do, and it's what makes artists unique, and it's what makes artists good at inventing stuff. In fact, any inventor does this exact same thing. They go to, step 5, feedback. Notice it says sit with Miss Russ. See how it says sit with Miss Russ? We're using WOW project supplies. And do you see how it has a star right there? That star means that Miss Russ, is going to grade it. See that rubric down at the bottom? She is going to grade this process. Oh, Miss Russ, what's a grade? A grade just means the teacher telling you how you're doing. It means celebrating all that you've done that's awesome. And it means telling you how you can make it just a teeny tiny bit better. So, when you come sit with Miss Russ, she is going to have us turn to page 39. So, in our sketchbooks right now, you are turning to page 39. She is going to give you feedback on all your WOW projects right here. She's going to put it right there. It might be a question. It might be that she demos something. It might be that she gives you some actual advice. It might be a quick little conversation that we have that then gets you thinking about new ideas. But she is going to give you some feedback. She's going to tell you some things to consider about your art. And then you are going to do one of the hardest things there is to do as an artist. You are going to take this artwork that you are like, it is done. And you are going to make it just a little bit better. Just a little bit better. This might take you 10 minutes. It might take you a couple of class times, depending on when you talk to Miss Russ. And so that means if we move back to the front of our sketchbook on page 1, we then would move to step 6, where it says touch up art. Okay, and we would sit at our centers and we would use our WOW project supplies. Once we had done step 6, touch up, I'm going to go in your sketchbook again. Here we go. We are going to turn to page 40, page 40. And after we have touched up our art, we are going to write for Miss Russ, or if we want to, we can draw a picture. Draw a picture. What did you fix on your art? How did you make your art better? You need to tell me what you made better. Okay? That little box right there. Okay, this can get kind of complicated because we're going to have a whole bunch of people doing different things at different times. So how do we keep track of it all? There are 2 ways that we are going to keep track of it all. Way number 1 is right now. Miss Russ is passing out some dots. You're going to get your dot and you are going to place it on the step you are on. That means you are probably creating your art. Now, if you are someone at clay or architecture, your project might take a while. You might be there still for a couple of days, step 4, creating your art. Side note, to keep in mind, if you're ever at the clay center and your clay is being fired, you're waiting for it to get fired, you don't know what to do because you can't move on because your clay's not fired yet, you can always go back up and experiment with media, or better yet, experiment with a skill. Use one of those videos or one of those little displays on the tables, and you can talk to Miss Russ about which tables have room for you and which don't, because obviously you can't take the spot of someone working on their WOW project. But when we finish with creating our art and we go to step 5, we're going to go to the table, and once we sit at the table, we can move our dot, because we're no longer on step 5, we're on, or step 4, Miss Russ. We would be moving to step 5 if we were getting feedback. And then after we got feedback from Miss Russ and we were correcting our feedback, then we would move our dot again. We would be at step 6, touching up our art. There's one more thing that you have to do, this is to help you keep track of where you are. But we need a way for Miss Russ to keep track of where you are. So follow me with your eyes. Here we go. Okay, so, ta-da! Okay, spinning, spinning, spinning. Here we go, this way. Right here, do you see how it says student numbers? This has all your numbers. You are going to take your number, the same number, ta-da, that is on your sketchbook. You're going to take this number, this little magnet, this little teeny magnet, and you are going to put it the step that you are on. Not the number that it says, because this is you. This is like a version of you. You're going to take you, and you're going to say, Miss Russ, I am on step 4. And it can go anywhere in this little 4 area, even if it's on the white space. And then when I'm ready to move to step 5, I move my magnet. And then when I'm ready to move to step 6, I move my magnet. Now at the end of class, once Miss Russ calls cleanup and we've cleaned up and we've returned to the mat so we can talk about our art and set our new goal, guess what you got to do? You got to put your magnet back. So at the very end of class, you're going to take your magnet, and you are going to put it back, da-da, on the number. People, I am always so impressed with what you create and how hard you work and how dedicated you are to your art. And I love this last process because this is the stuff of artists right here. Happy art making. Bye.